Welcome to another episode of Hot Topic with Copville, Michael Dilks, and Dominick Izzo. Here we are. How are you today? You're laughing about a lot of things.
The world's on fire.
The world is on fire.
Or to quote Norm from Cheers, the dog eat dog world, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
I'm gonna bring up. We're gonna go over the one more time with ice. One more time about. I showed you that picture. I want to go over, and I think we both agree on just about everything, just in a different way. But first, a story that made me immediately think of you. You're gonna like this. Kissimmee, Florida. A 51-year-old man has been arrested after deputies say he exposed himself and performed a sexual act with a vacuum cleaner outside a residence in Winter Hill Resort, Kissimmee. According to Osceola County Sheriff's Office, Kevin Dale Westhold reported it was on January 26th as witnesses observed the incident. What do you think about the guy in the vacuum?
Let me ask you a question. You asked me the other day, would I fuck a coconut? What is this? I'm very comfortable with my sexual proclivities. What made you think I go there? How kinky do you think I am?
The vacuum.
Outside
with the vacuum.
That's a thrill seeker. That's a voyeur. That's a guy who's. Let me tell you something. He is. It does not involve children. So, who got hurt? Who got because the neighbors could see?
Yeah.
Removing that, if he's in a 55 and over community, because he's 51, he's in like a Del Webb community. Who's he hurting?
No, I get it. I was scrolling because I knew we were going to talk about something serious, and like 20 minutes before we came on, I scrolled past this on Facebook.
50-year-old blowing his japing up
outside.
Dyson vacuum cleaner.
Yep. Just for everybody watching, real quick. Where do I go? Go to copvilleog.com. If you use code HOTTOPIC15, because that's the name of the show, you will get 15% off everything in the store. This shirt I'm wearing is on Counterculture. Though. This is my ride or die Counterculture threads as well. But if you go to copvilleog.com, use promo code HOTTOPIC. That will work from now until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. 15% off in the store. And my favorite hat I left at the studio because I added these new hats. The war hat that I always wear in red, regular camo, multi-camo, and black. And I always wear it. And it doesn't mean war as in war, the physical act against somebody. It's war as in war within yourself. It was war, get that, war, and worn by the boxer Marvin Hagler when he fought Tommy Hearns. Those fights. Oh, fuck, dude. Those were the days,
Hagler Hearns? Oh, dude, my God.
They fought, I think, 3 times, like wars, 15-round absolute wars. And Hagler wore the hat.
Ah, yes.
That whole era of Hagler, Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran. Little people don't know this, but I grew up South Jersey, right outside Atlantic City, and I used to have access to the Pleasantville PAL Police Athletic League and the Atlantic City Police Athletic League, which were huge boxing training places for guys like Riddick Bowe, Dwight Muhammad Kwai, Kevin Killer Watts from Pennsylvania, Bruce Selden. Riddick Bowe was world champion. I watched him train as a kid, so I was huge into boxing when I was young.
I will never. I watched, and this will the Julio Cesar Chavez, who had like 106 wins, and Meldrick Taylor.
I remember Meldrick
Taylor. Do you remember he was about to win? And then I believe it was Richard Steele stopped the fight with 2 seconds left. And that Meldrick Taylor went downhill after there. And I think his life just went in the toilet.
Boxing was it. I mean, I think UFC is it now. And I transitioned to UFC. But back then, that 80s, 90s boxing, Tyson, obviously all the heavyweight stuff. But those Hearns, Hagler, Hagler fought Sugar Ray. There was just all those guys that would just fight each other like every other year.
Middleweights were amazing.
Wars, dude. Yeah.
Amazing. I'm a big fan. I like the lighter guys. I think like one of my favorites is Zab Judah. When that guy was, oh my God, was he a savage. Even if we're going boxing, sorry, I'm a massive fan of Floyd Mayweather Jr. Boxing, the guy is the best ever because
the only fight that drives me crazy is the big controversial one where the guy headbutted him and they tapped gloves in the middle of the ring and then he just I get it.
Defend yourself at all times.
I get it, but I think that was the only fight I think he was losing that I've ever seen him fight in. He was losing that fight.
He got knocked in the face. He got headbutted 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
yes, the guy who did it. And then that was a brilliant. As far as tactical boxing goes, I'm not talking fighting. Boxing.
No, smart.
Floyd Mayweather, the best in the world.
Nothing says you have to touch gloves. Yeah, he's definitely up there. I mean, he finally fought. Him and Pacquiao fought, I believe, late.
Yes.
I remember watching him. He fought everybody. I remember one of the guys is dead now. Ricky Hatton, and I think he died. He died not too long ago. But those are another great group of fights. But
he was an amazing fighter too.
His boxing disappeared. It's gone. I mean, UFC seems obviously it's the dominant one right now. I think Dana White actually is trying to bring back his own boxing venue. Yeah, he's on Paramount now. And the night before the UFC fights, his boxing.
I'm gonna say something unpopular. I even like Jake Paul's the one who's doing it.
Yeah,
because he's actually doing it. I get the fact that some of the stuff looks like it's rigged, and there was like you could tell Tyson was holding back a little bit.
Yeah, Tyson was not real. The last one was.
Dude, I'm 50, and it's like your mind says, "Hey, swing," and your body's going, not gonna happen. Yeah. But he got his ass kicked this last fight. I respect the shit. Victory goes to he who enters the ring. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of the fact that
the only thing about him was he would never have gotten there wasn't for everything else. Like I can't wake up tomorrow and go, you know what, I'm going to fight Mike Tyson. Yeah. But yeah, and his brother, as much Logan, even though it's fake, he's huge in WWE. He's
WWE, yes.
Yeah, he's doing WrestleMania events.
Can you imagine that's your job? I would love to like get paid to do WWE. Oh my God, that's like the fucking best.
Yeah, that's a rough life. Like if you watch those documentaries, those guys were
all the time
on the road. I talked about it on Counterculture episode. Those guys were doing cocaine to get high, pain medicine after they were injured, steroids to get big. They were on something 24 hours a day. Yeah, he's still around too, still kicking.
Dude, the hardest working man in wrestling.
Can I tell you who I fucking saw? This is gonna blow your mind. I saw this yesterday. I got to look this up.
Haley?
No. Images. Where is it? This motherfucker here is 71. He's not a wrestler. I don't know why this popped in my head. We were talking about Ric Flair, old, and stop. Where is it?
All those wrestlers keep dying, and it's horrible.
Yes. Our childhood is going away. Look at this motherfucker, dude. Is it this one? Yeah. Boom. Add to screen. Where is it? I swear to God, I know what I'm doing. I promise.
You need an intern. I've been asking one for
John Travolta is fucking 71. He will be 7. That's a recent picture. Okay. This motherfucker is 71.
It's the foreskin injections. So we got that.
That and they drink blood or something, don't they? Scientologists?
Adrenochrome. It's money. When you have money, why can't you? And him, like the other one, Tom Cruise, they are very
Scientology. Yes.
I
Scientology.
Respect the two of them.
I saw that yesterday, and I showed Joanna, and she's like, "You're fucking lying." I'm like, "Bro, this dude is 71. He'll be 72 in February." Yeah. But then that's what Jimmy said.
They're multiplying.
They drink. You can buy that. What is it? Chromadrine? Is that what
Adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome. You can buy it in like. How does it come? Pills? Do you eat
I
it?
don't.
What do you do?
I thought it was a debunked baby blood. Pizzagate, Hillary Clinton and Uma Aberdeen saw in the.
I didn't see it. See, I'm late to the game. I saw you could buy it. I Googled it. I'm like, I'm taking whatever this fucking guy takes.
That was the whole QAnon stuff from 6 years ago.
Because they're saying they're drinking blood.
Yeah.
Right. I guess it's synthetically available.
It's so rough right now.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Remove from stop screen.
I believe it.
You think so?
Okay. So do you want to go down a mini rabbit hole for a second for content filler? Okay.
Sure.
Here's how I believe it. Now I'm going to get a little bit weird for a second. Everything that God does, Satan tries to duplicate, right? So in the biblical sense, when Christ spilled his blood, it was one and done. It used to be in the Bible, in the Old Testament, the reason why people sacrificed lambs was to atone for their sins. So that's why you see these videos of like the Jews going around swinging a chicken around their head and then killing them. It's to transfer their sins onto them. And they had that all the way back in the Old Testament. Christ comes along and he goes, it's one and done. That's it. So that's it. You're done. Spilling the blood's bad. Satan has to duplicate it. Since he can't duplicate it, he does it all the time. Proof of it, if we go down to cinema, for those who are old enough to remember The Dark Crystal, Jim Henson movie, amazing movie. What was it that kept the Skeksis looking young forever? It was Gelfling essence. But they ran out of Gelfling essence. So what do they have to do? Podlings, right? Put the podling in front of that giant fucking laser beam from the Dark Crystal, and it only lasted for a few seconds. So they're saying that, yeah, when you do the adrenochrome, spill the blood, Satan style, all that, it's temporary because Satan's trying to duplicate it. I got it.
Yeah. Well, I dove into it. I saw it, but and I know, you know, fun fact, I don't know if anybody knows this. If you've seen any of Jerry Worms's podcast, Jerry Worms grew up and worked with John Travolta throughout the first, until he was about 30. Jerry's sister dated John Travolta. They're from the same place in Jersey. Jerry went to Hollywood with John during his heyday, Grease, all those Urban Cowboy, all those movies, went overseas with him. There's pictures. Jerry split when he went Scientology. He said, I can't do this. And that's when Jerry split from him. I don't believe they have a relationship anymore, but I actually have pictures
Travolta had a great career, and then he disappeared, and then Pulp Fiction brought him and launched him back.
What a great movie. What a great movie. And when people say they haven't seen that movie, I almost fucking faint. You know, my wife hasn't seen it. My wife's never seen the movie.
Really?
Nope.
Tarantino, I love and hate him because he's anti, he was at one point like anti-cop and everything. But at the same time, his movie style is brilliant, but how do I say this? He's unoriginal because he was big off of like Sam Peckinpah and guys from the 60s, 70s. Like if anybody's ever seen The Wild Bunch, oh my God. And he references Wild Bunch in some of his movies, but Tarantino's awesome because he's only got 10 or 11 films.
And they're all bangers.
And he's a genius when it comes to film making.
And when you think about those movies, you forget one like Jackie Brown. What a fucking great movie. What a great movie. And it's like, you just forget it's there. And it's like, I guess you have to like his style though. It's very different, over gory, blood, Kill Bill, blood flying.
Favorite Tarantino film. Yeah. It is probably the best movie he's ever made.
They are good. And, but you have to keep up with them. You have to like that double back, double forward. Where are we at in the movie? What's going on now? But here we go. Dominic, I haven't heard any thoughts on the lake of firearm safety with the past weekend shooting. Maybe I missed on your page. Oh, he's got a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about that. Some of that now. All right. Before we're going to get into, this is the picture I sent you, and I want to talk about this. And I have a video as well. This was written, U.S. death connected with deportation. Barack Obama deported 3.2 million people based on this meme or this post, 0 citizens killed. Donald Trump has deported 0.6 million in his term or terms, and 5 U.S. citizens have died. Now, that's obviously written to make Trump look bad. And I know you don't care for either side. And I'm going to say here, probably for the first time publicly, I was duped into thinking that you had to be on his side. And much like you now, I realize both sides are fucked up. Both sides are very fucked up. And they keep us choosing sides, I think, for all the wrong reasons. So tell me when you see that picture, what do you think of those statistics?
I think the statistics aren't fair yet. Here's why. Obama had 2 consecutive terms, right? So that, what was it, 3.5 million? Is that what he deported?
I'll put it back up. It says he deported 3.2 million.
This is why I honestly think it makes Trump look worse, because it's 3.2 million people over the course of 8 years. Trump has been back in office since January. That's 0.6 million in the last 10 months. Because when did he start? When did he start this? Because he didn't start that deportation. Let's conservatively say 6
probably. Yeah,
that's 500,000 in 6 months. If he's on that record over the next 4 years, it's going to be even worse.
30 deaths.
That's an unfair comparison. It actually makes Trump look worse.
I think so, and I think that's what it was supposed to do. But where I'm going and when I look at that, I think because Obama was a Democrat, there was no protest. There were no people kicking and screaming. He admittedly, and I guess based on proof, had separated children. There were boxes built. There were all that stuff Trump got blamed for in his first term. We now know Obama had as well, but nobody really paid attention. Now, I'm not arguing that ICE is going hard in the paint and there's some bad tactics and bad things happening. But when I look at that from a very distant and not taken aside, I see it skewed to the fact that nobody protested or questioned Obama deporting anybody. Nobody.
Style. All I have a problem with is the style. That's it. And we had social media back then. So I was like, it wasn't on social media. It was not done the same way. This is something I didn't read this yet. This is from NBC News. Nearly half of the recruits that were for Border Patrol and ICE failed the written exam, even with access to notes and tech.
I would believe that. I would believe that wholeheartedly.
So it's these tactics. And I was talking to somebody that I used to work with many, many years ago. And she's like, I don't understand why you have a problem with this. And I said, go picture that bar we used to go to. And then one day, the municipal police department that bar was in says, we need more cops. And they all of a sudden gave all those doormen, it was a 4 a.m. fucking bar, give all those doormen badges and give them a 1-week training course and tell them to go police the streets.
$50,000, $50,000 bonus. I'll you'll do whatever you want. You'll do anything for $50,000 at that point. And these are people, you're right, that these are probably people that are overzealous, want to be cops, couldn't get hired locally, couldn't make it through local, probably failed polygraphs, probably had other background issues. And we know it as much as I lean right. I'm not here to fucking say I'm a Democrat or anything, but we know that a Democrat lady posted, she made it through the entire hiring process with ICE, saying she smoked weed and was against the government, answered questions like that, and got a fucking start date offer from the government to go work. And I'll say, Kristi Noem looked like a fucking moron the other day holding that fucking gun. You see the picture?
No, I did not.
Oh, I got it. I
am. It blows me away how many people accuse me of being a liberal, and they'll say, "Oh, you're paid by the liberals. You're paid by Jews." It's like, shut the fuck up. It's black and white. I'm for the absolute removal of all illegal immigrants. It's just how you can't take like the whole Greg Bovino shit. Who thought it was a good idea? Can we agree optics are a good thing, or optics are something that need to be looked at? Who in the hell said, Greg Bovino, you need to throw on that Boston State Trooper Nazi 1930s-esque belt?
That was crazy. Crazy.
It's not a good idea, Greg. Do not wear that.
I was talking to, who the fuck was I talking to today about that? I was talking to somebody about that today. Who the fuck was it?
Listen, I loved it. And
we were laughing. We were like, dude, this guy looks like the SS fucking. Like,
but and it's sad because their uniforms were gorgeous. I'm sorry. I don't care who says what. The Nazis were better dressed than the United States. It's just as simple as that, fashion wise. But so it's a good look, but you would tie it to something. Holy shit. Whoever thought that was a great idea?
All right, hold on. Desktop. I'm going to see this picture. All right, I got to get this in here. This is fucking nuts. All right, this is a video that was posted in desktop. I need a producer.
Yeah, I've been asking one for 9 years. Can't get one. You're on your own.
Yeah, nobody wants it. All right, here we go.
I love your show. Produce it. No. This
is her holding a rifle.
Yeah, she's afraid of it.
Look, this is a video. Look where the muzzle's pointed.
Why? Yeah, right.
At the dude's skull. This was a video about how she was getting ready to load up and go. This is where the Republicans are shot out, man. You can't.
Her vest isn't even on.
It's not. Nothing's right. And then somebody sent me like a fake, because her hair is it's extensions. She's got fucking extensions. So it's like somebody sent me a fake picture of like the Kristi Noem Halloween costume with the fucking hair and extensions and the hat. But this is dumb.
It's not a toy.
No, it's not.
Weapon is, I thought about something too the other day too, and this is an argument for, because I'm a Second Amendment absolutist. There is all gun laws are illegal. It's as simple as that. Every gun law. I want it to be like the Wild West, where you're carrying, and if you mouth off to somebody, you're gonna get corrected. But you notice something in the Second Amendment? I'm actually going to put a valid point for everybody who now is like, can't carry, and the Second Amendment isn't absolute. Yeah, because it says you have the right to keep and bear arms. It says nothing about using them.
Yeah.
You can own a gun.
Mm-hmm.
You can display a gun. It says nothing about using them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I see this and we're very different when it comes to this. We agree to disagree on some things. We dialogue it like we are right now. But when I see that takes away from my ability to defend Trump or the right, because that is just stupid.
And here's another reason why. And everybody knows some illegal. You're in Florida, for the love of God, and guarantee you know people who are illegal and you've been around them. And
my law guys.
I get it that it's an enforcement, right? And enforcement is always going to come at the hands of violence. But where's the diplomacy from your government, right? You remember if I say Elian Gonzalez, what image? Right.
Yeah,
that was Clinton years. Guy with maybe an M4 pointed at a kid in a closet, absolutely terrified the shit out of everybody. So guns, you're sending a message, and that's what the Republicans want. Yeah, we want them to send a message. No, you know what I want? I want the people that I actually give a shit about, who I've known for fucking ever. And I live in an extremely diverse cul-de-sac. Polish, Indian, I think there's some more people out there, Hispanic around here. And I would like that opportunity to go, hey, listen, you're not here legally. Let's do something correct. Get out of the country, blah, blah, whatever you got to do. But the automatic coming up and the visual of pointing a gun in somebody's fucking face, get the fuck out of here. That's the savagery that conservatives want. And I can guarantee you, they're the ones that are barking the loudest in the comment section. You want this to help? Go fill out an application, get your fucking Twinkie ass off of your cell phone and go to the streets and go rip some people out. I want to see how you operate with violence and see how half the people who comment on this shit have never even punched somebody in the face before to know what violence is. So I'm just like, they're fucking idiots.
Yeah. And when I think of smart, is it smart? That came out a week after we shot a guy on TV. Like we had a gun problem and I've said, it was not a good shooting. It's not nothing was great about it. And so when you have a gun issue, we're dealing with it. We got one that's made the news.
Well, let's ask, what's the gun
come
issue?
Out and throw a rifle. Well, what they did, shooting the guy was a fucking gun issue. Like, and the problem we talked about is, one side is one way, the other side's the other way. We can't just kill citizens. Tactics are not working. The way we're doing it, to me, is not working. If that was local police, oh my God, can you imagine the local?
There would be riots. There would be riots.
I just can't think like.
Worse than there are now.
Yeah.
I don't
imagine there's 100 black guys in the middle of the hood with warrants, and a bunch of cops went in and started killing the locals, trying to find guys with.
Why don't they do this?
Very big. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, do I agree with the agitators, though? No, I don't agree that there should be signal groups. That, to me, pushes past the First Amendment when you organize rioting and organize obstruction of agents. So both sides are playing by some real ugly rules right now.
My one problem is the obstruction, because you, like anybody else, knows disorderly conduct for us. How easy is it to get somebody and even solicit?
I'm not talking about the street guys yelling. I'm talking about organized.
The obstruction is mass, right? People, 20 people surrounding somebody's car. One person in the middle of a roadway filming an ICE agent is not obstruction. It is not. And these morons, well, you was obstructing. You don't even know what that fucking word means. Yes. And for you to support that means people don't get this. They could literally be on the way to the grocery store and see an ICE agent and go, hey man, go ICE. And that ICE agent is in a bad mood and he doesn't know what you just said. Next thing you know, you're eating concrete and got your hands behind your back because you were obstructing. And they don't get it. These people are not on your fucking side. They are.
Here's where I separate it. When you have local, did somebody send you that one? I think we were in a group chat. The cop going crazy on the dude, on the FHP one. He walks right up and takes the guy into custody. We got to talk about that one. But anyway, local law enforcement. We have a much bigger burden than ICE does when it comes to like having probable cause. So if you're in a neighborhood and you're making an arrest for domestic, or you're doing something like a trap, and one person can really obstruct, they can really cause a problem. When you have 200 or 300 agents, like you just said, and one dude is screaming and the agents can shoot him with a 40 millimeter gas grenade and just leave him there, or pepper spray him and leave him there, shove him back. How many times do we see these guys get hit with gas, somebody blew her fucking hand off yesterday with a flashbang? The difference to me is the agents have the ability to shove these people, gas them, and move on. When you decide to go hands-on like we saw with one agitator. Yeah, he could be yelling, he could be saying mean things about your mom, but is that really the one that you want to lead to what happened? And I'm not saying I side with people interfering with ICE, but like you just said, one dude screaming "fuck you," and there's 30 or 40 of you in fucking gun suits and rifles, and you're that mad at that one guy.
The people to blame are the police. It's simple as that. And the American citizen has the right to protest. They have the constitutional right to carry, and at the same time, Donald Trump, they do. And the ICE agents, their job is not to do crowd control. Their job is to do these tactics of removing people from our country. It's the police who need to be that thin blue line between ICE and the protesters, and they're not. They are the cops are the ones at fault.
Yeah, and that's the problem. I said, when you tell your citizens don't cooperate and leave your police from going out on the scene, you're right. The local police know how to deal with the citizens better. They have more interpersonal skills. They've been through different training than ICE agents. They know how to get motherfucked a little bit on the side of the road and not lose their shit. That is a big breakdown in this area as well, because they have pulled the police out of the area, refused to cooperate. And I think if those police were creating a boundary, I think the citizens would respond better to the locals, and you wouldn't have yeah. All right, now I'm going to show you the gentleman that was killed last week in a video. It was just released today. I don't know if you saw it, from last week, where he was involved with ICE. I'm not saying that, and there's no sound because it was yelling and screaming. This is about 11 days ago. This is the same gentleman. This is the first time I'm seeing it. I just downloaded it, but here is 11 days ago, same gentleman.
Oh, Illinois plates. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Criminal damage to government's to state supported property.
Yeah. Right. And I'll play the Republican. You ready? Yeah. I don't know what ends up happening to him. He obviously gets detained. I don't know if he goes to jail, if there's a book, but this is the same guy. That is the same guy. So I'll play the Republican. See, he already did it once. He deserved to die. That's what a lot of people are going to say.
For kicking out a taillight?
Yeah, that's what people I'm just telling you what people are going to say. You know it. You know what they're saying.
If that's the standard we're setting, then every criminal damage to property, cops should walk right up and put a bullet in somebody's face.
Exactly. So the reason I baited you with that was, I know the far right gun-toting MAGA guys are going to say, look, he already did it once. He's guilty. He deserves to die.
That's what I had in my DMs before we started. I have a female. This is her comment. I'm not going to say her name, but she says, did you see the new footage that came out today of him acting insane, kicking ice trucks? You were a cop. Once you see that, you'll understand why he was shot. No, I don't. No, I don't. Again, I don't think he deserved to die, but it makes more sense.
I'll play it again. I'll play it again while you're talking. Talking.
Her comment is, and I said, no, I'm telling you, it's not deadly force warranted. No. I didn't say he deserved to die, but I witnessed him acting like that. I would have been scared too. It's like she goes with the whole. People think that this is okay. Again, use of force is in the moment. It's in
what they're doing. What they're doing right there is warranted. That's all warranted.
Because the crime is not protesting. The crime is not obstructing. The crime is, well, here's the deal. The crime is, I don't know if what they're doing is actually lawful. Here's why. The crime is criminal damage to state-supported property or federal property, right? I don't know how, if it's federal property, maybe. Let's go to state. If it's state property, they have no right to take him into custody. They have to get the local police and say, we want to press charges on this guy.
I would think it's federal, impeding a federal.
It's got to be criminal damage to property. Yeah. How is kicking a taillight impeding their investigation going forward?
I mean, I know you're going. I could write that one. I mean, you got to figure, because I think the totality is you can't allow that to continue. You can't kick an agent's vehicle. You can't obstruct them. Now they're stopped. Their taillights broke. They have to. I can make that one work.
You got and it's going to get tossed in court.
It probably would. I mean, he's going to get criminal mischief in the state system. They can detain him on one, and then he gets arrested in the state. But I can see where you're right. Heavy right side is going to say exactly. I knew somebody was going to say it, and there he did. See how much of an animal he was. So he got convicted the next time they ran into him. Like, hey, this guy's ever been a problem, so we're going to shoot him. And I'm not saying that's what happened, but it seems as if you try to justify that video, look, he already acted like an animal. That's like saying, look, I've been in this domestic 3 times. This dude beats his wife every fucking time. When I go up there today, I'm going to blow his fucking brains out as soon as I go up to the door.
play the conservative game. What happened before that? Did he witness some poor 5'2" Hispanic guy get the shit beat out of him, and he's all emotional because he knows him because that's the guy who gives his groceries every fucking day, and he's known him for the last 10 years. ICE beats the shit out of him, puts him in a car. He's so frustrated. The only recourse he has is to kick an inanimate object that's not going to feel any pain or damage. So he damaged the car. It's a damage to property charge. That's it.
And I could see that argument. Here's where I try to, I'm down the middle, Mike. No more liberal, Mike. No more right way. Down the middle, Mike, is because that side would say that is our only recourse for what we witnessed. The feds aren't going to police themselves. They're not going to investigate themselves for beating the snot. You're right. We don't know what happened. They could have planted flowers on the side of the road and put up a memorial. They could have beat the hell out of 3 Mexican dudes. We don't know what happened.
This is why it's a moot point. Because the conservatives thought an election was stolen from them, and they destroyed a nation's Capitol building. They broke windows. They stole fucking Nancy Pelosi's laptop. They threw papers all over the place. They broke through. Ashley Babbitt was breaking through a window to get into Congress. They act the same fucking way.
They should have, if they stole her laptop, they should have got the fucking stock information out of it. Imagine the pictures that are on that thing.
Oh, God. You ever see Nancy Pelosi when she was younger?
Yes.
In a fucking heartbeat.
They all turn out really nasty. Like Hillary Clinton wasn't ugly when she was young.
No, I'm going to tell you. You want to go back to the beginning of the question with the guy in the vacuum cleaner. Even today, let me tell you something. I will bet you anything. Hillary Clinton is a nasty, dirty fucking.
Well, look who she's married to. Yeah.
She is a fucking freak. She's a kind. She doesn't job bill. She pays for the 22-year-old intern. She pegs men.
Oh boy.
Like, you eat that dirty fucking.
Oh boy. I'm going to bring that back up. If you're just joining us, we started this show with a 51-year-old man that was arrested in St. Kissimmee who was having sex with a vacuum cleaner outside the residence. That's what we're referring to. So, yeah, I mean, there's a reason Bill was getting blown under the desk. She set him up for failure.
Because she knows that.
She probably cut him off at some point, and then he was like, "Well."
You ever see House of Cards?
A little bit.
The first few seasons are addicting to watch. You watch one episode, you'll be addicted. And I didn't watch last season. But anyways, I believe that's exactly. I bet you anything. Hillary Clinton was the brains behind the operation. She would bring in young girls for Bill to fuck and then own. Like, now you owe me. Now you this 100%.
Those powerful people have all kind. Yeah.
There's no difference between Ghislaine Maxwell and Hillary Clinton. None.
Well, they're all connected, right? That's why they won't release the Epstein files, because they're all in there.
I'm sorry, Ghislaine Maxwell in a heartbeat too. She's hot. Oh, it's that short hair of that European shit where she's dirty and filthy. Rachel,
where's she from? Where's she from?
Her overseas. I don't know where.
What do you think about that? You keep making Epstein comments. What do you think about this distraction? Do you think they're really distracted?
Who said it not too long ago that the information cannot be released because it would destroy both sides?
Even though there's a constitutional bill that was passed and Trump signed it that says all files must be released.
Oh, they're never going to do it. Never going to do it.
What do you think's in there?
I honestly think some dirty shit is in there. There's no question. I don't think it's as salacious as people would think. I think what's even more damning is, you ever see the movies where they have like the very elite, rich and wealthy who will like pick up the homeless people and hunt them, like Hard Target?
Yeah. Like Squid Games. Like they put them in a cell and they do weird shit.
I think it's 100% the same thing. I think that stuff happens. There's no question.
Weak victims, people were
to be honest. What do you think they're doing with all the illegals? You think they're going back overseas or over the border?
Interesting.
Out of your mind.
Interesting.
Out of your fucking mind. Those are people who are being experimented on, and hey, you need some more of that human meat. Yeah, we got some coming in. We got. Man,
you're taking it deep.
Oh, dude, I don't sleep at night.
You're taking it deep. So they're putting them in. They're doing like SS fucking Hitler experiments on these people.
Goebbels, man. Goebbels. No, not Goebbels. That was Mengele, the angel of death. Dr. Joseph Mengele.
Yeah, I'm like every white male. I went through my World War II phase, like 36, 37 years old, fat, out of shape. Right before I started working out, I just laid in bed and ate Swedish fish and watched like 3 million hours of World War II.
I didn't do that because I didn't know what was the truth, right?
I didn't know yet. And then I got the curveball of maybe I was lied to. Maybe I was lied to about everything I read. And then I'm like, really threw me off.
Very, very much like, damn.
Yeah. We should do this more often.
We're doing it for you on Wednesdays.
Yeah, we're doing it. I mean, Dom's got his own.
Too much will desensitize you. It's like,
yeah, it's kind of like Tyler and I, like Tyler and I are on every day. And I'll tell you, we had a great guest on today, Sinister. If you guys don't follow him, at SIN Sinister, sit with a Z, SIN, not fucking Sinister, IZTER_. If you look up our episode, great dude, former military guy, sings like it's like rap, metal, but even then, like Wednesdays is a lot when you have 3 people and a guest. And I see Tyler every day. Every day I look at him in his face, and we made that deal that like the open mic on Fridays, we stay away from that. We stop the whole counterculture. Just like your favorite show. If your favorite show is on every day, it's like, man, I can miss tomorrow. It'll be on again Thursday. It'll be on again Friday. So we keep it real Wednesday nights. Dom is real on Friday nights, but you popped on a couple times this week, didn't you?
I had to go once, that idiot that I debated because I'm like, we're doing this live, whatever. And then I had to do a follow-up to the shooting on Saturday.
What do you think is being done with all the drugs that are seized on the border? Oh, they're destroying it. They're destroying it.
That's called reset. It's what you can't do in Illinois is if you own a bar and you run out of Captain Morgan, you can't go to the liquor store, buy Captain Morgan, and then sell it at your bar. It's something about like double tax and all that kind of shit. That's what they're doing. Hey, we got this from Colombia, sold it, and hey, we're gonna resell it. No, they are fucking redistributing that shit.
You think so? What about all the guns? What about the guns? They're destroying the guns too, right? They're not doing anything with those.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
What was that operation?
Are dropping guns off in areas like Chicago for the fucking gangs to use.
What was the one Obama was involved in? Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
Where all the guns got disappeared and then they found them?
Bet you anything, it's those drugs are being used by the elite. Anyways.
You don't think the government would lie to you, do you?
Oh, of course they would. Of course they would.
We've never talked about the moon landing. What do you think about that?
Didn't happen.
Okay. Good.
Didn't happen. Oh, no, I don't think it did. I think it lines to Stanley Kubrick, and the information he gave out was way too much. I think it was all propaganda to claim we beat Russia up there. We got a phone call from the moon.
Straight to the president. Straight to the president.
Yeah. We lost the technology to get there.
What? There's an episode on the Russian lady we had on. She's from Georgia, and she had us on her show. Have you ever seen Bart Siebel? He's a bald guy with kind of a lisp. He's been on Joe Rogan and Candace Owens.
Okay.
He's a moon landing. He wrote like several books, and he does all the shadows don't match. So he's telling us this story. He's pretty. If you guys are looking about Bart Siebel, I think it's SIBEL.com, Siebel.com, and he's been on Joe Rogan. So I'm like, Jimmy is 100% moon landing happened. It didn't happen, but I could care less. I'm not going to sit and debate it. I just say it didn't happen. That's my opinion. The lady is like the host who just antagonizes Jimmy. And then this dude is 1,000,000% going through why it's made up. And he's telling the story, and I'm kind of on his side. I'm like, all right, yeah. Then he says this. He says he had video evidence that it didn't happen. And he was on his way to CNN to give him the video. He was kidnapped by the CIA. It gets better. He's a big guy. He's a big guy. Kidnapped by the CIA, and they put truth serum bracelets on him, got all the information from him, and then the story fast forwards to he escaped the CIA. They didn't kill him, even though he knew everything. He escaped the CIA. He gave a urine sample to his buddy to test at a local lab to find out what drug he had, and the CIA broke into the lab, stole the sample, just that sample. And I'm sitting there and I'm like zoning out. It's like Sunday night, like 9:45, 10 o'clock. I've been at it all week, and I'm listening to this. I'm like, there's no time I wish I really didn't believe in the fucking moon landing, because I wanted to go in. And he's a nice guy. I'm not knocking him. Hopefully this doesn't go like he's after me because he's got a huge following. I don't really care. But it was just that part of the story. I'm like, man, I was on this guy's side a minute ago, and now he's kidnapped by he took a taxi cab. He jumped out of a car. Like, So it was pretty interesting.
Who filmed who was left behind the film
do you know what they say, right? You know what they say? That they had a camera in NASA and they were timed it just right so that the signal going 288,000 miles away in 1969 was able to, no practice. They couldn't have practiced it because this is one and done, right? They timed it just right so that the 4-second delay in the camera moved at the same exact speed that the thing taking off from the moon that looked like a fucking jar of fucking jello was able to fly all the way back.
And then you fast forward nearly 50 years later, and Verizon has a slogan, "Can you hear me now?" Because we have cell phones that can't even connect signals here on Earth.
Elon Musk has said it would take, with the technology he has, I believe, I don't know the number, but it's in the double digits. It would take in a double digits amount of fuel cells to be stored along the route to get, because I think people think space. I don't know how intelligent all these people are. I'm not very intelligent. I think when we think space, like the space station is far away and the space shuttle went far away. It's like a little over 200 miles away. The moon is 288,000 miles away. We do all that, all those cool. The thing goes fucking from here to the other side of Florida as far as it goes up in the sky, 200 miles away. It's right up there. The moon is fucking 288,000. You want me to think they flew a can and drove around up on the moon?
And they had a signal to connect with them up there.
Yeah, they called the White House. My fucking phone stops working half the time when I get to certain intersections.
You get in a dead spot, like 6 months worth. I had a dead spot in my kitchen. I couldn't talk. It's like, what the fuck is going on? But you wanted me to believe that you have a direct line to the moon.
Yeah. And she breaks it down. The lady actually, here's her great conspiracy. Obviously, Russia sent like 2 dogs into space.
Yeah,
there was a war. Then the U.S. thought that Russia was going to get up in space first and put lasers and stuff that was going to be able to kill us. So we lied about going to scare Russia.
Yes.
And now she says that China and everybody knows we didn't go to the moon and they can prove it, and they're blackmailing the United States because if we find out the government lied about the moon landing, then it opens up JFK, 9/11.
No, it doesn't. No, Americans don't care. You just had Tucker Carlson, 2 years ago when he was still on Fox, say that our own government, the CIA, was involved. It wasn't conjecture. It wasn't, I assume it was our government was involved in the assassination of a sitting president. No one cared.
Yeah. Well, I think until I get it. And I believe I've seen enough in that one as well, but you can still deny it. It's kind of like denying anything else. You can deny it.
It's like this whole thing with conservatives who are always talking about, I can't wait for a civil war, all this shit. No one will do anything.
No, they won't. COVID proved that.
You could, the only thing, and I think it would be, is God forbid anything happened to Trump. I do think this is the problem. Conservatives would take to the streets, but they are so unorganized and so messy. And there's way too many talking head blue check marks who think that they're the next leadership of X, Y, and Z, that when the dust settles, who's leading the way?
Yeah.
Who are you giving it to? It would be Trump, nothing can ever happen to Trump because the amount of infighting within conservatives would cause them to just turn on each other and implode.
Yeah, it would be ugly. Let's bring Jimmy in. Jimmy.
Hey, what's going on?
Jimmy will be live. Jimmy will be live at 8 o'clock. Right on Counterculture.
I started listening to a little bit and man, boy, did I jump into the middle of it. I was like,
well, I was telling him how, the CIA kidnap story, and I'm like it's like I'm defending him. We got Jimmy. And then I listen to this story and I'm like, oh shit. Oh no. I can't defend this guy anymore.
What are your thoughts on the whole that we did land on the moon?
My thoughts on the moon landing?
Yeah, so you think we did land?
I do. And listen, I'm gonna be really fair on this. I grew up with my dad. It was something we bonded over. I was in 6th grade when Apollo 13, the movie, came out, and that really sparked a lot of my interest. And my dad, of course, he, was there when Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. You know, he watched it happen. So
I thought you meant he was there.
You know, it was something that I read Deke Slayton's book. I read Gene Kranz's book. Like I loved that stuff. And I loved the heroics and the leadership and the dealing with adversity, especially when you're looking at like Apollo 1 and the fire. And then, of course, like now as an adult, I can go, hey, we can measure how fast things fall on the moon. You know, I can go into the science on it. That being said, I'm more than happy to have a conversation with guys like Mike, because Mike is like, you know, I don't think it, and he's got good points, you know, I mean, we could go back and forth on that. You'll lose me when you start talking about, and then I got kidnapped by the CIA and you have to believe me because I said so.
And the craziest part of that story was 2 other people involved in the space program, he alleged, were murdered that were going to talk about it. And they're important people that had to be unalive. This guy's a nobody. And I'm like, they wouldn't just kill you, like
they have to triple down, and it's what I call the John Wayne argument. John Wayne, arguably the most masculine man in the history of the United States, as far as I'm concerned, but he was also part of Hollywood. I have said this for years, considering the fact he was in that circle with Rock Hudson and everybody else and blah, blah, blah. It could never, I'm not saying it is, and I don't believe it is. If John Wayne was ever gay, could you imagine that coming out and the chain reaction of destruction that would happen to the American male?
Oh yeah.
You'd have to keep a lid on that. Be like, nobody can ever know. So it's the same thing with the moon landing. It's like everything you just described, the heroics and the overcoming and the war, the race between Russia and all this. It's like, that's not America. That's America. And
the lucky part for them is that like you talk about the American implosion that never happened when we found out about maybe JFK. The boomers are almost gone. Everybody's gone that really would have threw a fit. You could come out tomorrow and be like, this is all made up. We're all aliens and this is all made up and we're in the middle of a simulation, and people are like, cool, I'm going to write a meme about it, like fucking send. And then nobody really cares anymore about that stuff. So I think they've waited long enough now that you could drop the wildest shit tomorrow. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Well, it's not just cares. It's the like complete, everybody's seen Braveheart.
Yeah.
And the scene where Robert the Bruce betrays William Wallace, and you just see the complete look of bewilderment and betrayal on Mel Gibson's face. That's like, and I'm just using this as an example. I went to the theater to see Schindler's List when I was a young man, and that movie fucked me up. And still, up until a couple of years ago, if I watched it, I was so moved by it. Now, with all this conflicting information in my mind, I'm like, I don't know what to believe anymore. So I think that's the problem, is if you came out with the moon landing, if it was a hoax, your entire, like, my love for this country, it's like, what does it even matter anymore? And that's what I'm kind of experienced with these conservatives now, who are all anti-Second Amendment to a degree and anti-First Amendment. It's like, what are we doing anymore? So just that feeling of William Wallace gets betrayed is like the easiest thing I could think of. It's like,
yeah,
I give up. I fucking give up.
Well, if you dump the moon landing on everybody as it didn't happen,
what else?
9/11. I mean, you just go right down the list.
9/11
it makes it comfortable to say I can assume the government would lie about all this stuff.
The election, 2020 election, everything.
Yeah.
Obama being an American citizen, everything.
I think too, and I hate to make it, you know, self-referential, at least for us, but like the stuff that Rob O'Neill has dropped lately about what happened on the Bin Laden raid. There are people that are going, wait a minute, you said this, and now you're saying this. Is Bin Laden even dead? Did you guys even go kill him?
They dropped his body in the ocean. Yeah. Out of your fucking mind, he was a CIA asset.
That's another wild angle of that whole story is, you know, maybe some guys, when they say like people don't want to be named because they might die, think about that. If it's really a hoax and it didn't happen and he wasn't jumped in the ocean, it's all hypothetical. I'm not saying that's what happened, but imagine the fucking kickback of somebody like, I told you motherfuckers not to talk about this. Now your kids are gone, or somebody disappears. Like, it's a big deal if you start running down that rabbit hole of conspiracy.
And you know, again, like, and I said this the other night, like, do I think the government will lie to me? Absolutely. I fought in Iraq, you know, like, I mean, we got lied to go in there. So,
oh, wait a second.
Weapons of mass destruction.
Oh, wait. Jimmy, I want to answer your question.
Okay.
Weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
What about Nimrod's resurrection chamber?
What about, oh, hang on, I gotta turn you up. Say it again.
Are you kidding me? Do you know anything about Nimrod, Gilgamesh, and the resurrection chamber and the real weapon of mass destruction?
Oh, whoa!
What?
I, there's something kicking in the brain, but I can't pull it out right now.
If you want a great conspiracy theory, which as a biblical person I believe, is that
Okay.
the real reason we invaded Iraq, and Donald Rumsfeld was asked about this. A bunch of you awesome, badass, fucking American warriors went to some museum in Iraq, and you removed all of the works on. Nimrod, who is also Gilgamesh, who was
I know. So the Epic of Gilgamesh. Yeah, I do know.
And they claim, and when Rumsfeld was asked why they did it, he went, well, "What does it matter?" And they're saying there's an email with Hillary Clinton that asks, and it's legitimate, asks about information on the resurrection chamber. I have always said, in my opinion, that's the real weapon of mass destruction, resurrecting Gilgamesh, and all of a sudden that's the Antichrist, and we're all fucked.
Wow, dude, that's a Mike. We got to come in. I gotta talk about this, man.
Yeah,
like,
we gotta. You guys are way out. I got a GED. You guys are way out of my league at this point,
dude. I mean, well, you're a great moderator, Mike. I mean,
I just argue police tactics and get yelled at by former Navy SEALs and stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of, punch on out of here. My good friend who was a Philly fireman. I might be having him around sometime soon because we need a fireman in the crew.
Yeah, we do.
Just
one
there's
fireman. Always room for a gay guy in the group.
But I'll let you guys, dude. What an awesome show! I can't wait.
Make sure you guys tune in right after this goes off the air on Counterculture. Jimmy Shadowcast live. He's gonna be. What are you talking about tonight, Jimmy? What's the show?
Well, yeah. Obviously, tensions are heightened over in Iran. And the carrier battle group showed up, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's coming," and I'm gonna basically talk about it and give my assessment on what I think we could probably see within the next 72 hours to a week. And
beautiful.
It's gonna be lame. Nothing ever happens.
No. So make sure you guys, after this is over, stay tuned on Counterculture's YouTube for Jimmy Shadowcast. We'll see you, Jimmy.
All right, later, bro.
Squealer 9376 talking about this first. No, that's Gargamel, not Gilgamesh.
I remember Gargamel.
Yeah.
Jimmy's a very smart dude.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
It's a shame he believes in the moon landing, but other than that, he got me good with the
He probably believes that strippers like him too.
Yeah, but I can understand that's something, and just like Santa Claus, I guess it's something that was very tight between his family, something that they got very deep into, and he was told his whole life that it happened. And I'm not shitting on Jimmy, but I can see his stance. And if you if you close your eyes for a second and you listen to the other side, I was watching a video one night, and again, they can lie about anything. And they was like, "Oh, we got this moon rock. It's been tested by 17 scientists. There's nothing on Earth like it. It has to be from the moon." And for that split second, I remember telling my wife, I'm like, "Man, maybe we did land on the moon." They really got me. She's like, "You fucking let an Instagram reel about a rock change your mind?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're right." But for a minute, they had me. I was like, "Man," it was like 3 a.m. I'm scrolling. I'm like, 17 scientists checked this rock, and it's definitely not from Earth. It has to be right. And then I was like, "No, never mind. Never mind."
No, scientists are fallible, man. It's like people like that. Well, do you believe that the Earth is billions of years old?
I'm on the. I
believe it's 6,000 years old.
I would have a lot. If you asked me a year ago, now I'm not sure what the fuck's going on.
Carbon isn't accurate.
Yeah, they can make anything up they fucking want. They can tell you anything they want. They can tell you a tree is fucking 2 billion years old because how many rings.
That goes down the whole route of of discrediting Christianity by discrediting the Bible. So the easiest thing to do is you can't say, "Well, God says the Earth is 6,000 years old." So the first thing you got to do is say, "No, we have evidence that it's billions and billions of years old." That's how they do that whole fucking.
I like when I see them. And again, I'm a doom scroller when I go to sleep.
Yeah.
Like my wife falls asleep like that, and I'm laying there and I got my headphones in, and I like seeing the ones that say like, "We are the reason the dinosaurs are gone. We're the aliens that crashed here on Earth, and now we're here."
Oh, I fucked up I hate saying I'm Christian, but there's no other way to do it. I was raised Roman Catholic, You know, I wanted to be a priest until I was 15. Then I said, fuck all this shit.
That took a turn.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what I believe in anymore. And then in 2012, I went down the fucking rabbit hole because it was right before December 21st, 2012 or something. And I'm like on YouTube looking at all this Anunnaki, and we're really from planet. Like, did you ever see the movie? Oh shit, Battleship Earth or whatever?
Yes.
And that is based off of Scientology. That's their religion. What they truly fucking believe is that there's a planet that here's the sun and we revolve around the sun. They think there's a planet X or planet Nibiru, and it revolves elliptically around the sun vertically. We do horizontally. And every 26,000 fucking years that these giant 9 feet tall motherfuckers come back and they use us to get the gold we mine from, because it fits into their technology. And I'm always saying, wait a second, that makes sense, because why is a fucking rock, a metal, so important to us? We base everything off that. Then you look at, they claim that we were all fucking monkeys, and these people had the technology to change us from monkeys into creatures with opposable thumbs and dick. I went down that fucking route, man.
It's wild.
I
love when they tell you something like how far something is, or how the Pluto mountains of ice are like. You can't tell me what happened fucking on the corner down the road accurately, but you want me to believe that you can tell me. And the fact the way we're spinning through Earth or through space and sideways, all these fucking things, and it's like
black spot on Jupiter is a storm.
How
do you know?
Yeah. Or what would happen in a black hole? This is exactly what happened in a black hole. It's like, oh, so that spins me to like everything we think and everything we do is made up.
Yeah, that's why I don't mess with
fucking. It's
I don't stress about anything anymore. Somebody tells me, yeah, this is awesome, great.
Yeah, that's kind of where I get. And I guess retiring, you're retired as well, so not working anymore, you're kind of, even if you have that thought when you're working, you have the statute book, you have all that stuff to kind of follow, and you kind of get sidetracked. And I understand, like, when I try to say something to, like, my wife, like, hey, none of that shit matters. Like, you're going to be retired one day. Then I got to go. She's still in the job. She has to do it. She has to keep her brain like involved. I don't. And I have gotten that far away. Like, none of this fucking shit matter. I want to fucking cruise every day. I want to fucking do whatever I fucking want, because at the end, none of this shit fucking matters. None of it. They can make up any lie. They can tell you anything they want. Oh, you got to vote this way. You got to go to the polls. You got to go here. You got to feel bad for that's why I love dogs so much. Like, because they're fucking, I'll tell you and it's my last story for the day. I got to handle a real police call today for the first time since I've been retired. I'm pulling in the gas station. My buddy calls me and he says, where are you? And I'm like, pulling in the gas station. He's like, you're not in Orlando? No. He says he's in South Carolina and he has a lady living in his house, baby, taking care of his kids while him and his wife are gone. And they have 3 dogs. She couldn't find the 3rd dog.
Oh boy.
So she just left to take the kids to school. And he calls me and he knows I'm a freak about animals. I jump in the car. If I had lights and sirens, I would have had him on. I'm booking it to his house. And he could see on the camera the dog was near the pond, but it was like going on. I went and saved the dog. And it was like, felt like police work again. I called my wife. I was like, hey, I handled a call for service today. Yep. And it was funny. She said she prayed to God because she didn't talk to him again. And God answered because the dog was back in the kennel, locked in the kennel when she got home. I'm like,
there you go.
What God really pulled through. It had nothing to do with me. It's me. So.
Squealer over the chat says L. Ron Hubbard created Scientology. Do you remember that commercial? And he's 100% right. You remember Saturdays. It was always Saturday mornings after the cartoons. That giant book, it was an animated giant book, would come across the screen, and he would have like the 2010 theme, Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard.
That's
the guy who created Scientology.
Wow.
It's a fucking, it's a science.
I remember that, and the fucking, what was that? Jim Baker.
Oh, Tam and Jim Baker?
Yeah, that would come on. The cartoons would run, and then I'd be like, Mom, Jim Baker's on. Fucking.
Yeah.
All right, Dom. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
We'll see Dom, Saturday? Dominick,
Friday.
Friday night. Friday night or what?
Friday, 7 p.m. Central, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific. Call in.
Cop Talk Live.
Pussies.
On YouTube. Make sure you go in Dom's DM. Tell him he's a fucking fired, crooked cop and
I do that. All that
swinger and a fucking.
They only do it to people like you. Can't believe you had that guy on. This and that.
I got a group chat and I got a group chat of Signal with about 150 dudes in it, and at least once a day I get
that fucking Dom. I'm like, go tell him. He'd love to hear from.
They never do. They never do. And you know what? You're still saying my name, motherfuckers.
Yeah. So
I have no clue who you are. You all know who I am.
That's it. All right. We'll see you next week. Take care, guys.